Two men, two microphones, one movie, a couple of beers, and some wildly outlandish critiques about the movies you may or may not love. The following review will have massive spoilers and possibly offensive commentary. This content may not be suitable for little bitches. Brought to you by Goat Straw Entertainment and some liquid courage.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Not Your Everyday Critics. I am your host, George Lugo.
And I am Manny Rivera.
And what we do on this show is we critique and rate movies of every genre. What else do we do, Manny?
Well, like you said, we critique movies, and there are perspective on how we critique these movies. I mean, take them as however you want. We are big fans of movies. We've watched so many movies, so... You know, and movies are subjective, so if you don't like a movie, it doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. So, but at least give it a try. Do your best that you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a movie for everyone.
Yeah,
movie for everyone. You know, so
and, there's quite a few movies out there. So
500,000 are estimated to be in existence, and I think that's just movies that have been like uploaded to like IMDb. I'm sure there's more than that.
There's
to be
probably
honest.
so many more fucking movies.
All right, so what do you say we jump in and cut one off the list?
Yeah, right. Jesus.
All right, so let's jump into this.
Long ways ahead of us.
Yeah, we got a long ways ahead of us.
So what is it? The movie that we're going to be critiquing today.
Hold on, before we do that, let's bring in David.
I was like waiting for you guys to name the movie so then I can come out and be like, "Hey, speaking of."
Okay, get over here, David.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you in first.
We're gonna introduce our buddy, our pal, Mr. David Raby.
David Raby. Hello. Those look fucking amazing.
Wow.
Came out pretty good.
So good.
Holy shit, that
What do
looks
we got
good.
going on here, Dave?
Those are the Santa Claus Mopolitans. That's actually what it was called. I didn't make it up.
Yeah,
I would have. That would have been the name in the drink.
that's a great
Santa
play
Claus
on words.
Mopolitan. It's like a regular cosmopolitan, right? Just mixed differently, or what goes in it?
I think for the same most part, and then other than the obvious
Cranberries and
Yeah.
I like that. The sugar rim.
Sugar rim looks pretty.
That's very festive.
I know.
Yeah, I can't wait to try that.
It looks like the bells of holly that are just floating in
Yeah,
there and
if
all
you-
that. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm really excited to try this one actually.
Awesome.
Enjoy it.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
Dave.
much. We'll wait for you.
Wait for
We'll
you to
do our
make
cheers,
toast, buddy.
and then we'll jump into the movie.
Okay,
right.
ready.
All right.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you, David. Bro, that's so good.
I thought I was gonna hate this drink.
That's very nice.
I like this. This is so good.
I think
very
it's
nice.
the sugar that I like.
Well, it's perfect because
Diabetes.
cranberry is so bitter.
Yeah.
The sugar offsets it
Boom.
perfectly.
Yeah.
That's a great balance.
Yeah,
that's a
it's really
great
fucking
balance.
That is super nice.
And that's the Santa Clausmopolitan, everybody.
Santa
because the movie
Clausmopolitan.
we're reviewing and critiquing today is The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. So The Santa Claus came out in 1994.
Yes.
Tim Allen,
Yeah.
Damn.
Judge
I was
Reinhold.
like 6 years old when that movie came out.
This I was only 10 when this movie came out.
Only 10?
Only 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great fucking film. So I can't wait to jump into this. So let's start with the synopsis. When a man inadvertently makes Santa fall off his roof on Christmas Eve, he finds himself magically recruited to take his place.
Yeah.
I'll never not do that. So
You know what? I find the story of the Santa Claus actually to be really cool. You know, it shows how Santa Claus just keeps on, you know, existing. You know, it's just somebody.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle.
Taking over the role of Santa, just one after another.
It's a cycle.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Sounds like Santa's a demon who just possesses the body of somebody else to just keep surviving.
Yeah, on a bad day, he's Krampus. So
on a bad day, he's Krampus. Nice.
But yeah, the Santa Claus, man.
I'm super excited for this one. This is
I've seen it quite a few times.
I've seen it quite a few times. Yeah.
You know,
And it was nice to watch it again recently because I haven't. It's not my go-to Christmas movie.
No, yeah, it's
So-
not my go-to.
But I do
it's-
try and watch it once every couple of years, and I haven't seen it in like 4 or 5 years, so I watched it again recently for this, and I was like, yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah, it's a
So
really.
what do you say we jump
for sure.
into our first category here, and we're gonna start with the intros, like the first roughly 15 minutes of the movie, or at least the part that tells the beginning of the story.
Okay.
So it starts off, and it starts off at a business building, and they're playing like piano music is playing, and it starts off with these two people stepping off of the elevator, and the shot pans in and then out, so like you get to see all of the frame. As it pans down, you get to see everyone inside the office building,
Yeah.
and
I believe they're having like a
it's like a Christmas party. It's an
party,
office
right?
Christmas party,
office Christmas.
not
party.
the movie Office Christmas Party, which we'll probably do next year.
It's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, an office Christmas party.
Yeah, okay.
And it just just shows everyone being festive. Not too much is like nothing's going crazy or anything. The title comes in, the Santa Claus, and then it goes down to I can't remember his name, the boss, Peter Boyle, the late great Peter Boyle. He's talking about their toy line that Scott Calvin and his assistant, what's her name?
I don't
What's
remember
the assistant's
the
name?
assistant's
Judith
name.
Scott. So Susan.
Susan.
They're working on a project together, and it was very successful.
Uh-huh.
And so he asked them to come up, and speak. And then she's like, "Oh, the project was great." And he's like, "And I don't want to bore you with the details." He cuts her off. He cuts her off, and he's like, "I don't want to bore you with details."
Yeah.
And he's like, Christmas is all about families, but since none of our families are here, and that explains why the president was in the Santa suit and with his secretary sitting on his lap. So
Yeah,
little
exactly.
sexism in there.
Right. He's like, we don't want any appropriateness. Ain't that right, Bill?
So they're just like, yeah, family's great. He's like, family's good, and glad we're all here, and all that. The basic bitch bullshit that someone would say like at a toast.
Yeah.
And then they cheers, and then he's supposed to go pick up his son because
His son's name's Charlie.
his son's name is Charlie, and he has like a, what do they call that? Like it's a split custody, right? So they each they have like a 50-50 shared custody.
Shared custody.
And he's late to pick up his son. He's calling his ex-wife, and he got her voicemail, and he's all bullshit. He's like, "Oh, you guys wouldn't believe the traffic that I'm in." He's all like, "Get off the road." That's not very ladylike. Like he's
And
like,
the freaking road.
the road is
completely
completely empty. There's no one on it. It's like midnight and shit. I don't understand why he did that, because they time stamped the voicemail, so even then it'll tell you what time the call was recorded.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
more
But
than
she ain't on
likely,
the
but
road. That's the
Yeah,
point.
it's just funny though.
It's-
So he finally gets to the house. They've been waiting for him for like an hour. His son doesn't even want to stay there. He keeps bugging his mom. Do I have to stay? Do I have to stay? It's like, yes, you have to stay with your father. It's Christmas Eve. Some quality time with him would be good for you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, will you come pick me up as early as possible, like in the morning, like sunrise?"
He really just does not.
He doesn't like his
I
dad.
wonder what the relationship was before that. He just does
Shitty, because his dad's never there. His dad's always working. He's a workaholic.
Oh, man.
His dad's always working. He's a workaholic. And then they go inside, and then she tells his ex-wife tells Scott that a kid at school told Charlie that Santa Claus wasn't real.
That there is no Santa
That there is no Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And then
Bullshit right there.
And then Charlie told that to Neil, which is his ex-wife's now husband. I think they're married. They don't really.
I don't know. I don't think they're
They don't
married
really
yet.
specify that,
They didn't
actually.
say.
Side piece.
I
right?
mean,
Right, her side piece.
they're
I guess.
together, but they
Yeah.
didn't specify.
They
if
didn't
were
specify whether or not they're married,
anything.
so
I don't know.
Who knows? But he's a therapist, and he was telling him, he's like, "Well, what do you believe that there's a Santa Claus?" And like, he's like, maybe he hints at the fact that Santa's not real. He doesn't straight out tell Charlie that he's not real,
Yeah.
but he hints at the fact that he's not real.
Yeah.
And so that pisses Scott off, and he's like, "Well, if we're gonna crush our son's, dreams, hopes, and dreams, I'd like to be a part
I
of
would
it."
like to know the conversation.
Right? He's like, "I'd like to be a part of it."
Yeah, exactly. And I
Which-
mean,
which-
that's fair.
It's also kind of funny that he says these things because Charlie can hear them yelling at each other.
Yeah, he can. He's not even like in another room. He's just like in the hallway.
There are some plot holes in this movie. We'll get to those, but so right after that, he tells him, he's like, "Why do you guys always have to fight?" And he's like, "Oh, we're not fighting. We're just talking." He's like, sometimes he's like, grown-ups talk. It's like cats, like and Charlie's like, "Oh, well, kind of silly to believe in Santa Claus." He's telling them it's silly to believe in Santa Claus. It's like a kid thing. I'm like, he's a fucking kid.
He's a kid. He should believe in Santa Claus.
So
my kids still believe in Santa Claus.
So they end that conversation. She leaves, and he's gonna make dinner. It's like fucking midnight or some shit. It's late.
Yeah,
as
he's
fuck.
trying to make like a full-on turkey dinner.
I don't know if you guys, I'm sure everyone watching has probably made a turkey dinner or has watched someone make a turkey dinner. It takes minimum 4 hours to cook. Minimum. That's a small turkey.
This guy had like a big old 15,
and
20
he looked at it and he's all 4 hours.
It's such a classic freaking.
Yeah. So he burns. I guess we could probably end it there. That's about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into any further.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go any further.
We won't go any further because you'll see what happens. You'll see what happens.
The last part of it, he does burn the.
He burns the turkey. We're not going to get into that because that's actually a really fun part.
Yeah. So, watch
the
movie.
Opening though. The opening, the intro to this movie is actually really good. You get a lot of information about Scott. You get a lot of information about Charlie, the ex-wife, even her side piece.
Laura. I think the
is it Laura?
Is it Wendy? No, Wendy. Wendy.
Her,
Wendy. Stage name.
She's Canadian, by the way.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Them Canadians, right, Dave?
Them Canucks.
Those Hoosers.
I'm sorry,
but What'd you think of the movie, Dave?
The intro, at least. What'd you think of the intro?
I didn't do the homework.
That's fine.
Do the homework?
Have you never seen this movie before?
No, dude. I've never really been a Christmas kind of kid.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone, and I know your type. Like your type of movie is definitely not the Hallmark stuff like this.
No.
This guy. So
again,
Manny just
this
likes
freaking guy gets on my case because I watch Hallmark movies.
Well, we all know why you watch Hallmark movies.
You shut your fucking face.
So
get the fuck out of here. Hey, you leave my shit alone.
It's a coping mechanism.
Whatever, dude. Anyway,
we'll watch Mirrors next.
But definitely a very enjoyable, fun movie for the holiday.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So
for sure, give it
let's
a watch.
Let's jump right into our next category, which is going to be the cast. And there's
quite a few people in this.
We don't need to cover everyone, just I guess the main characters, and then some of his coworkers because they have pretty significant lines.
Some of them have, some of them do for sure.
Our protagonist, Tim Allen, Scott Calvin. Judge Reinhold is Neil. I love Judge Reinhold. I love Judge Reinhold. Wendy Crewson is Laura. Eric Lloyd is Charlie.
Charlie Calvin.
David Krumholtz is Bernard. I love
that
David
guy
Krumholtz.
Is so funny.
He is so funny.
He is
very
so funny.
talented.
Very good guy too.
Very talented.
Yeah.
Larry Brandenburg is Detective Nunzio. Nunzio. That's an interesting name. Mary Gross. I'm gonna go Gross.
Let's do it.
Is Miss Daniels their teacher?
Totally butchered that fucking name.
I did. I'm sorry, Gross. She's gross as fuck, Mary.
Yeah, I think it's gross.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't want to say gross.
This fucking guy.
Paige Tamada is the elf Judy. We mentioned, Peter Boyle is Mr. Whittle, Scott's boss. Judith Scott is Susan, his assistant. So the cast is actually pretty good. Even the extras, some of these extras are really talented.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's give our cheers for the extras and everyone that took place in the movie.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, boyos.
Cheers. Fucking tasty.
I know. Wow, it's the first time you've actually finished a drink before me.
A really fucking good drink, dude.
I think it's just the sugar that he likes.
I know. I think that's what it is. He's like licking the rim.
He's like, ah.
It's really fucking good.
Overall cast, amazing. I I mean, Tim Allen, he has a pretty big variety of movies that he's done, but he's always cast like typecast. He's typecast as that manly, like narcissistic character, the man's man.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a bummer. I wish they would have. I wish he would have done more roles where he can show his versatility, because he can act. Because he hits some serious moments in this movie and other movies where I would like to see him in a more dramatic role. You know.
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
Yeah. But I hear
he really doesn't have too many of those.
No, he does not. And I think it comes down to he's actually kind of hard to work with.
Because of the cocaine thing?
I think because of the coke and booze.
Yeah, coke and booze.
Yeah.
And like most actors are, you know what I mean?
It happens.
A lot of them.
I'm not going to judge him for it. I mean, it happens, dude. Like,
yeah.
I was going to say, I wish I could see him in a role as like
I would
cocaine
like
smuggler.
who wouldn't mind doing a little line with Tim Allen, and he's like,
Yeah. Dude, hell yeah.
right? That'd be fun.
That'd be crazy as shit, though.
That would be so fucking funny, dude.
What are you doing? Cocaine with who? Tim Allen,
Tim
bro.
Allen, bro. All right, so let's see here. Let's move on to our next category, writing. So
Yes, and this was written by Leo
Benvenuti.
Benvenuti.
Yeah, Leo Benvenuti
and Steve Rudnick.
Yeah, Steve Rudnick. Close to redneck.
Close to redneck.
I mean, what do you think?
Overall, I think the way it was written is, I think it was okay. I enjoyed the way. I know there was a few things that were changed in the movie that they didn't do, like they had to turn around because it just didn't work or whatever. But I think following this direction, the way they writ the script, it's a lot more fun, and having Tim Allen in there. It just looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of fun.
It definitely looked like a lot of fun. Like I mentioned, though, part of the problem with the writing was there were noticeable plot holes, and people do not hesitate to mention these plot holes.
Yes, everybody wants to be a huge ass fucking critic,
and that's where I think people they're not seeing the point. Is like this is a family Christmas movie. Of course, there's gonna be plot holes.
Yeah, you gotta get the whole movie. You have to see the whole.
You have to see it from
thing.
a big perspective.
You can't just pick and choose. Oh, that wouldn't be. That wouldn't be. That wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy the whole fucking movie before you start saying shit about the fucking movie. You know?
Well, I think the biggest issue is people, at least when they critique movies, like I've seen, there's a lot of videos that just absolutely trash this film for being a bad movie. But the biggest issue is that like they're trying to see it from like a realistic perspective, which is I think illogical because this is a movie based on Santa Claus.
Because Santa isn't real?
Yeah.
It's like, just enjoy the movie.
It's supposed to be a fun movie.
It's not supposed to be a realistic
thing. You're gonna pick and choose. There's fucking elves on the goddamn thing. There are no elves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there's
it's about Santa Claus.
In a fucking workshop and shit. Build for nothing.
It's about Santa Claus. So I mean, what else can we say? It's about Santa Claus. So just. But overall, the writing, I think the writing was pretty solid for what it was.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
There's not too many things I didn't like about the writing. I mean, obviously the issue with the Santa suit, the actual Claus itself, was a big issue, but at the same time, that's what made it unique. It made it unique. The Santa Claus, I'm not sure if you know, when the original spelling of Santa Claus is without the E. So in contract, in legal terms, they use the E like in the clause on the contract.
Yes.
So it's a play on words.
Gotcha.
So that was the whole thing. It was really fun, really catchy. And the whole fact that a contract is written on a card is so silly, but it's fun.
That's actually fucking interesting.
It's really fun.
I had no idea that's what that was for or whatever.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, hell, fucking learn something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't have a problem with it. I enjoyed it. It was a good one. It was good. Good writing.
I think it was good. Let's move on to our next category.
Direction. And the person that directed this movie was John Pasquin.
I'm sorry, say that again.
John Pasquin. John Pasquin, or Pasquin. I don't know how to fucking say that, but I said Pasquin.
I would think it was Pasquin, right?
Is it Pasquin? It's
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Pasquin?
Pasquin.
Pasquin. We're like throwing accent on there for no reason.
Yeah,
John Pasquin.
It's John Pasquin.
John
Probably like a
Pasquin.
white guy just say
But,
it.
It's John Pasquin.
John Pasquin.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is really.
I've never heard of him before.
I've
So let's
never heard
see.
of
Let's
John
jump into some of the
Pasquin.
stuff that he's known for. All right. So let's see here. He has 46 credits to his name.
46 credits.
46 credits to his name. So let's
Okay.
see. Before he did the Santa Claus, he did My Life in Times, Don't Touch My Daughter. Nice. Going Places.
Don't touch my
Out on the
daughter.
Edge, L.A. Law, Raising Miranda, The Kavanaughs, a lot of TV. All right, so he's done a lot of TV stuff.
So it's TV mostly.
He was
that
in,
he's done.
did directed Growing Pains, Hometown,
Okay, cool.
Double Trouble. Yeah, a lot, basically all TV.
So he has a lot of TV film is what he's normally known for,
Yeah.
rather than movies. Does he
Yeah.
have any other movies besides the Santa Claus? in there?
Let's see. It looks like Don't Touch My Daughter was his first film.
Okay.
Oh no, Out on the Edge. After the Santa Claus, he did Buddies, Jungle to Jungle. That's a good one.
Dude, Jungle to Jungle.
Uh,
That's a good movie.
Let me see.
I enjoyed that
Pain.
one for sure.
He directed Some Home Improvement. Joe Somebody. It looks like he's worked with Tim
no.
Allen a lot, actually.
No wonder Tim Allen's in.
Yeah,
the
George
fucking movies
Lopez.
that-
He directed the George Lopez show.
Oh, okay.
Miss
cool.
Congeniality 2. Yeah, okay. So he has some credits
So
there.
he's got some credit
He's got
under
some
his
credits,
belt for
yeah.
sure. I mean, you can tell too because the way, the
It's-
entire movie was just
The movie flows
moved
really
around.
well.
Yeah, it was.
The
just
movie
ve-
flows
it was
really
taken
well.
very well. It was very well. I mean, to capture, the saddened part of Charlie not wanting to be with his father and the argument with the ex-wife and going on to try to figure out what he can do to fix Christmas for his son, and then the heartfelt moments of where Charlie gets disappointed that Calvin doesn't want to do, and he kind of guilts him into doing things like putting on the Santa suit. You know what I mean? It's just he has that freaking. It's just overall great. You know, what I
Charlie
mean?
guilt trips him into taking over the
Taking over
Santa suit
Santa.
and makes him physically change.
Right? Children, fuckers.
But I mean, same token, he's now Santa Claus, and he now can use magic. I don't know about you; it's a small sacrifice. I like to use magic.
I mean, yeah,
And also he gets to survive on milk and cookies.
it
So that's pretty sweet.
is.
I'll go
It
for some
most
milk and some
certainly
double stuffed.
It's fucking
Like every
Oreos.
childhood's kid or dream. Just
Right?
Surviving on milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies every fucking time.
Right?
Um,
That's pretty awesome.
but yeah, John, you know what? I don't have a problem, dude. You really good, dude. Really good work for sure. Definitely made this movie memorable for me growing up with it and everything. So
Yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Thank you very much, sir. So let's move on to our next category, the soundtrack and score.
The soundtrack and score.
Yeah.
You know what? The soundtrack, some of the music, some of the, like the whole dum dum dum.
That's all like
That's in like most of 80s Christmas.
it's in a lot of
you
Christmas
know,
movies.
and
yeah.
I enjoy it. Every single fucking movie that it's in, I enjoyed it and everything like that. But the spontaneous Christmas rush music in between, like when they're riding the sleigh from one house to another, you know what I mean? And because like he set off the alarm or whatever, and there's a part where I don't know if it's an actual soundtrack or if it's an actual like band playing the song, but he has his fire retardant suit on, and they're walking through the hall going towards the sleigh or whatever. I don't know what song that is. Like I don't remember if that's an actual like track or whatever.
No, that wasn't composed for this movie.
It wasn't composed.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
composed for this movie. That's just
It's
a
like an
track that
80s
it's an
band
80s rock
level
band.
sound.
I forgot
But
who it is. I know what you mean.
It fits.
Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too.
Yeah, exactly.
Burp, burp.
I think that's ZZ Top, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it ZZ Top? I don't know. Whatever it is, it fits so well with them fucking walking down the hallway,
Yeah.
and they're like stopping and doing this whole like strut and everything like that, and it was pretty cool too. But the score, I didn't have a problem with the score.
I think it was pretty good.
Soundtrack with it was,
So let's see.
it fit pretty well.
Original music was done by Michael Convertino. Yeah, Michael Convertino. Let's see what else he's known for.
Michael Convertino.
He's got 35 credits to his name.
Okay.
All right. So before the Santa Claus, he did Milk Money. That was a pretty good movie.
Oh, okay.
Guarding Tess. I don't know that. I've seen that. I've seen the poster before, but I've never actually watched it.
I have no idea what that is.
Home of Our Own, Bodies Rest in Motion, The Water Dance, The Doctor. It looks like a lot of romance movies. Drama. Okay. Oh, Tales. He did some stuff for Tales from the Crypt, the show. Okay.
So he's got quite a few things that
he has a
put
wide,
under his belt.
He has a wide variety.
So yeah, he's got a wide variety of things for sure.
Yeah, he has a wide variety.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm good with it.
It was good. You know, it wasn't like very Christmassy or anything like that, or super hard or whatever it was.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I kind of like that.
It was cool. It was like soft enough.
I like that.
Like that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Delicious, buddy.
Very delicious. I can't wait for round 2.
I know, right? Super delicious.
I actually kind of liked that it wasn't like they didn't like cram a shit ton of Christmas music. Don't get me wrong, I like Christmas music, but the problem is people like Christmas music so much they start playing it in July. And that's an over-exaggeration. People start playing it right in October. So you hear Christmas music for like 3 months straight.
They start playing Christmas music after Halloween. Like once Halloween is over,
it drives me nuts.
It's weird, man.
It drives me nuts. Don't get me wrong.
I
love Christmas.
Music. I listen to that shit all the time. I throw on 103.5.
But the thing is, I can't
and they fucking
get just 1 month, man. Just stay in your month.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane.
Man, I don't know, man.
All right,
just
so
listening to Christmas music just makes you happy.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. I get that.
Just fucking grumpy.
I just don't want to. I don't want to listen to it yet when I haven't even had Thanksgiving turkey.
Thanksgiving turkey.
Right? They'll start. It's like right after Halloween, they start playing Christmas music. I'm like, I haven't even had turkey yet.
All right, turkey for me and.
All right, so let's move on to our next category, the joke/gag setup. Gag. There's not a lot of gags in this movies. A lot of jokes.
There are a lot of jokes.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes. I like one of my favorites is when he's fucking with Neil, and Neil's all like, I think Charlie's a little disturbed. He's like, ooh, thank you for that information. He's like, you have bigger things to worry about. He's like, where are you going to get sweaters when the circus leaves town? He always has those fucking weird sweaters.
It's those freaking comebacks and everything like that.
Yeah, his sarcasm and his wittiness it's great. It's a
like
good combo. It's a great combo.
One of the things that is like an ongoing, I guess we can say it's a gag. It's an ongoing gag kind of ordeal. Is when they're telling him how they upgraded his sleigh to where it's GPS
okay,
and everything.
That's a gag.
And it's
that's
like,
gag,
okay,
yeah.
But what happens if I fall off a roof?
What do I do if I fall off a roof?
And then they take him to another room where they show him the fire retardant suit, so chimney problems wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Right, they're just blasting the fucking fire.
What I mean? And then
the face is melted, but the suit is fine.
And he's like, "That's fantastic, but what happens if I fall off a roof?" You know what I mean?
It's a fair question.
And the one person that actually gets him something that he doesn't fall off a roof just so happens to be his reindeer Comet.
Yeah,
which gets him a rope. And he goes, "Is this in case I fall off a roof?"
Thank you, Comet. Thank you.
So I thought that was
that's
actually
really good.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Another one is when he shaves and dyes his hair, and then he looks in the mirror,
and there's
and it goes all the way back, and he goes, "I'm in trouble."
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And just looks in the mirror and just does that.
That's a good one. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a couple of or where he gets stung by a big bee or whatever.
He says that. Yeah, he says he got stung by a bee. He's just getting fat.
And one of his coworkers goes,
No bee sting, just fit.
Stung by bee, Scott? He goes,
It was a
big bee.
It was a big bee. Yeah.
So yeah, Tim Allen, man, that guy is very sharp, very funny.
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
He definitely knows how to,
Funny guy.
do the whole comedy thing. So it's great. There's a bunch of puns, bunch of jokes, bunch of gags. Got to watch it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to our next category. Do you want to say it?
Sure. Our next category is Ho Ho, who the fuck are you?
Go ahead and describe this. This is something you wanted to make.
I made this category up because I wanted to see how the character depict, how they played Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Like in every movie, everybody plays Santa Claus a bit differently. And I just wanted to show how he came about to acknowledge that he is who he is and how well of a person that he like turned himself around to realize who he needed to be to help out all these kids, because towards the end when he realizes that he is Santa, and he puts on the suit, he has the whole beard on and he's just a regular happy person, but he has that happy Santa / Tim Allen vibe kind of ordeal, you know what I mean? So it was a good mix seeing his comedic side and then the Santa Claus heartwarming side. It was fun to see that type of Santa Claus because most of Santa Clauses that you see are like jolly old fat man, ho ho ho, be nice, ho, do this and that.
Yeah.
Tim Allen's like, shit, I was gone for like 20 minutes and you're calling me back? Like I haven't even gone through.
Yeah, I even like
South Dakota or Carolina or some shit like that.
Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. There you go.
But I like that his physical appearance too.
Yeah.
So, this Santa Claus has like short, like butch like hair, and that was a style choice that Tim Allen picked because the traditional Santa Claus has long hair and a long beard.
Yeah.
But Tim Allen wanted something different, so he decided to go with like the butch short haircut.
Yeah, and
which is interesting. That's an interesting pick.
The work that they did on him to do the whole Santa look and everything like that. Oh my goodness!
Thank you.
So amazing. So amazing.
Ooh.
Thank you, David.
Round two.
Round two for sure.
Hold on. Hey.
What?
Wait,
I'm
motherfucker.
Smelling it. Can I not smell this?
No.
You're a dick, dude. All right. Cheers. Thank you, David.
Cheers. Thank you, David. Love you.
Love you guys.
Oh, that's really good.
That is a fun holiday drink.
That is a fun holiday.
Yeah.
That is so
For
good.
sure, it's a fun holiday.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh,
Yeah.
whew,
Love
tasty.
it. Love it. Good call, dude.
But
Good call.
but yeah, the whole setup for Tim Allen, the whole fat suit and everything like that, it took hours and hours of preparation to fucking do the entire
anytime
thing.
anytime they do any type of prosthetics like that, it takes forever.
When you look at his face and that everything's done, doesn't it look so natural on him?
That's what he mentioned that in an interview. He was saying that once the makeup was on,
yeah.
you couldn't even tell that there was makeup on
Exactly.
it. He just looked like
it looks so natural.
He
Like
looked
it
like
was
a fat guy.
actually, yeah.
He just looked like
he
a
looked
fat
like
guy.
a jolly old fat man.
That's great.
It looked freaking good.
That's what we call
You know
good
what I mean?
latex work. That's
It was
great
freaking
latex
amazing,
work. Yeah.
amazing work.
They killed it. They killed it.
Yeah, the way they put all that stuff on, the way he played the character off as Santa Claus, as a funny Santa, but at the same time, knowing what he needs to do with everything, and it's just I think he's a really good Santa Claus. Very different Santa Claus, but very good Santa Claus.
It's very unique. It's very unique for sure. Very unique. So what do you say we move on to our next category?
All right, I'll let you introduce this one because this is your baby.
What the Elf? So this is obviously a Christmas movie with Santa Claus. There has to be elves, and they're all different, just like the Santa Claus thing. We're just switching the roles up, and we're gonna talk about the elves really quick. So in this iteration of the elves, like Santa's helpers, they're young. They're like literally kids.
Yeah.
They're kids with like little speckles, like silver specks on their cheeks.
Yeah.
But they are old.
Yes.
Like incredibly old. Like we find out that Judy, she makes Scott some hot chocolate that's perfect. He's like, this is really good. He's like, it took me 1,200 years to get it right. So we know that off the bat.
She's at least 1,200 years
no,
old.
she's older.
Yes.
That's just she learned how to learned how to perfect it. Then that's not like her growing up and finding out her adult. Like she's. They're old as fuck, so they are old beings. I actually would like to know a little bit more about them, but it was actually kind of hard to find any information on this movie.
Yeah.
And most of it was negative. So we're not embracing that. We're going to embrace all the good stuff. Also, the elves didn't have a lot of respect for him at first. So I wasn't sure if that was a choice the director made or the writers made.
I'm not exactly sure if it was respect.
Because like right when he shows up, he has questions, and instead of them, because he's like the new Santa, they could just be like, "Hey, man, welcome, be part of the team." They're just like, "Fuck yourself, Santa."
Yeah, cause
they're really rude to him in the beginning.
But I mean,
they're really rude to him.
They weren't that rude to him.
Go back and watch it.
I watched them.
They're rude as fuck to him.
already. But
Even Bernard is rude to him.
Bernard is a different story. Bernard's the head elf, and I'm pretty sure he's had to deal with so many Santa Clauses throughout the fucking years. He's like another fucking guy. All right, here we go
normal
again.
hazing, right, for the new guy?
Huh?
It's a normal hazing, right, for the new guy?
Normal hazing
Yeah.
for the new guy. So I mean, it takes them.
So it's like this.
accustomed
So
getting
it's
used to,
like
or-
the Santa Claus, the contract, like a fraternity. Then
There you go. That's exactly what it
maybe
is.
it's like a fraternity. And they're just
Yeah.
like
You gotta look this way. You gotta
like,
eat
shove this
this.
candy cane up your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play with this jingle balls.
yeah, exactly.
Who's
I
the
don't
naughty
know-
boy?
I don't know if you noticed this or not, but when Scott Calvin actually enters the room where Charlie and Judy are like taking him to his room,
Yeah.
there are 4 pictures on the wall when he enters, which are like on each side of the wall, which is 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
And it's a Santa Claus in each one, and it's actually the Santa Claus that previously were Santa Clauses.
Yeah, they're like the CEO
Yeah.
pictures. Like
Yeah, so they were the previous Santa Clauses that have taken over the role as Santa Clauses, and that's what those photos were on the wall. I thought that was pretty damn
that's
cool.
interesting. Yeah, that's
So
interesting.
That's what I saw in an interview, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
As far as the elves go, though, we don't really have that much information on them because there wasn't a lot of information to be given.
There's not a lot of information.
So we
on
have
the
to just
elves
take it.
at
We have to
all.
take it at face value for what it is, right? So we know
Yeah.
that they're incredibly old. That they have. There is one elf baby there.
Buddy.
What? Not
Buddy?
Buddy.
Oh,
Different movie.
sorry.
There you go. It's all right.
Different movie. There's a baby sitting there. I wonder how old the baby is.
50
Because
years
he
old.
could be like
where'd
he
the
could
baby
be
come from?
he could be like the child, like in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yes,
Grogu.
so-
He could be old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeah.
that's possible.
Possible.
Grogu. Dude.
That's
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm interested. I just wish there was a little bit more on that. I mean, I'd have to watch the second and third one again. I haven't seen those ones in even longer.
I saw the second one, and I can't remember the third one. I know I've seen it.
They might have a little more information for the
Yeah.
elves on that, but I don't remember.
Apparently they're going to be doing a 4th one too.
No
So
way.
Say what?
I fucking saw it, and they're saying that the 4th Santa Claus movie might
Like
be a
up
possibility.
With Tim
up
Allen?
and coming, or
Up and coming.
I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I believe
I
they because the third movie lost so much money. That's common though for every sequel. They usually never make as much as the
As the first two.
target movie. The
Yeah.
first movie.
It's
But I
always
mean-
it's always the third movie that is either
It
it's
probably
very
kills
rare
it.
where you'll find a
Yeah.
film franchise that has a good third part.
Yeah,
but
incredibly rare.
I saw on here said that they were
It probably maybe it was like an old
maybe it's
thing,
possible,
and they
but
were just talking about that like 15 years ago.
that'd be pretty cool though.
I don't know. I think they're done with the
Tim
series.
Allen fucking come back and be.
I think they're
Santa
done with
again.
the series,
Awesome.
which is fine. I don't think they need to drag it on.
No,
you know,
but
they
I
shouldn't
mean,
drag it on.
hey,
'Cause they're-
whatever.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next category then. The Christmas spirit.
Christmas spirits.
I do believe that this movie had a lot of Christmas spirit actually,
yeah,
and mainly
definitely.
came from Charlie.
Charlie was the like. If there were ever any kid,
was like the embodiment.
really believe.
Yeah,
in
he was
Santa
like the
Claus,
embodiment of the Christmas spirit.
That kid believed wholeheartedly, and
Yeah.
there's nothing you could have changed his mind about, no matter.
No,
what it
not at
was.
all. He was like, "Fuck you, Santa
He's-
Claus
yeah.
is real. He's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad, and Bernard's gonna fuck you up."
Yeah, pretty much, right? That's exactly what it is. There was
Yeah.
no changing the mindset of Charlie. He knew what he saw and he believed. And from going from being told there is no Santa to actually seeing Santa.
Yeah.
Now your dad is Santa. Like, it's freaking great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he carries it the entire time. He just holds on the whole way.
That's
Not wanting to
it's
do
really
anything
rough,
with his
man.
dad.
It's really
Not
rough.
wanting to do anything with his dad, and then his
to
dad
just
turned
wanting
out to
to
just
spend
wanting to be the
all the
entire
time with him. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That freaking the one time that kind of got me down a little bit is when Scott Calvin actually got arrested when he was in his Santa suit, and then Charlie was like left alone on the roof.
Yeah, it's pretty
Reindeer.
rough.
That was a little rough because he was kind of like curled up into like a ball or whatever.
Well, because like at that point, like he could actually, if no one came to save him, he could have froze to death.
Yeah, exactly. He probably could have.
He could have
you know
froze
what
to
I
death.
mean?
Like
But yeah, dude, it was just
that'd be a whole different Santa Claus movie.
But you know, even though he was up there, he didn't give up on the thought that something would obviously turn around. You know what I mean? Because it's he believes in the whole spirit of Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as the Christmas spirit, it's in that little boy, and fucking A, man, he carried it well.
Yeah, he did carry it well. All right, so what do you say we move on to our next category then? Unless you want to talk more on that. You good?
I'm good.
All right, so let's move on to our next category. Framework. All right, what'd you like?
I definitely like the workshop. The workshop is actually pretty
There's a lot of good stuff at the workshop.
There's a lot of good stuff at the workshop.
A lot of good,
sure.
A lot of good stuff at the workshop.
And actually, one of my favorite scenes is in the workshop when Bernard says that he's going to send him the list.
Okay.
And then Scott Calvin goes, "What list?" And Bernard's like, list. What? He's making a list. Charlie goes, checking it twice. And then the entire warehouse, you see the entire shot of the warehouse of all the kids, finish the song.
Yeah, it's a big wide angle shot.
It was so fucking cool to see all that. It was amazing, and that was actually really.
Now,
good
like he's
work.
like Bernard's like, oh, like he's just over it.
You put a P next to the nice kids, and you put a C next to the naughty kids. He goes, "What? Yeah, P for present, C for Colt." He goes, "Right." But yeah, that was actually a really good shot. I loved that shot. It was actually awesome.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good one.
Another shot. It was a digital effect. It wasn't that great. I mean, the concept of it was great.
Okay.
A little shitty is when they're in the reindeer and they're over the clouds and they're riding over the clouds. Like you can the detail of the reindeer, you can see it isn't that great.
Well, I mean, it is like 30 years old.
Yeah, but I mean,
fair.
Fair. But yeah, there are some shots in there that weren't that great. But overall, as far as the movie being shot the way it was, good, very good. I like it.
I like there's a scene where Scott and Charlie are talking and they're at the aquarium, and then they're talking about the North Pole. It's like you don't have any proof, Charlie. You don't have any proof that any of that happened. Why can't we just believe it was a dream? He's like, proof, and he pulls out the snow globe, and when he pulls it out, they do a close up shot, and as they do the close up shot, the polar bear in the aquarium moves, but you could see it. You could see his reflection in the snow globe. I don't know why I like this shot, because like it was such good timing on the polar bear's part for him to cross across the snow globe, because he's behind the snow globe, so his like reflection goes into the snow globe, and it's a dome. Yeah. So it has like a really cool like wide angle effect as he goes across the dome.
Oh, that's so.
It's a really good shot.
I saw it. I didn't
really
pay
good shot.
Too much attention to it, but I saw it and I thought, yeah.
I like a lot of those like artistic shots for the framework. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I like a lot of those.
There's a couple of them in the movie, not like a ton of them, but there are a couple of scenes.
There's a couple of them in there like that. So what do you say we jump into our next category then?
Performance.
Performance. Let's talk about Tim Allen's performance. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, his performance is pretty good.
It's crazy,
And
because
but the thing is, it's the same performance like in most of his movies, but the performance is believable.
I see his performance, and I keep seeing him do the things he does, and it just Home Improvement just bumps into my brain the entire time.
Well,
Like
I
the
mean,
way he acts.
that's
and
something.
everything.
That's something we grew up with, and that's also that's basically what they hire him for.
Yeah.
They hire him for that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he does it so well. It's so believable.
Yeah.
You know, that you're just like, I don't give a fuck how sexist he is.
Yeah. But overall, Tim Allen being a workaholic, kind of a liar.
Kind of.
He was kind of a liar.
He definitely was a liar.
Hey,
He lied directly to his wife.
I'm trying to be on the nice list, bro. That's Santa Claus we're talking about there.
Man,
So-
I'm gonna party it up with Krampus. Sheila.
But
Damn, Dennis.
yeah, Tim Allen is definitely a great comedic actor, and I appreciate what he does as far as
Yeah.
his work.
What do you
Charlie,
say?
though.
Yeah. We say we talk about Charlie.
Charlie, dude, that kid had it rough, man. Did you hear about what happened with Charlie on set?
He, I think he tripped and lost like all of his front teeth.
So he lost
what?
He lost two
Yeah.
of his bottom teeth, and
Yeah.
I guess they replaced the two top.
They had
teeth.
he had to wear like prosthetics
He had
until they got him replaced.
They already had made a prosthetic mold of his teeth, so
Yeah.
they needed to make him prosthetics to wear for the shot. And if you pay attention, there are actually a couple of shots in there because it doesn't completely face Charlie. He's not wearing the prosthetic,
Okay.
So you would have to like really pay attention because you'll like.
What
really
did he
see
trip
it.
on to knock his teeth out?
He explained what he tripped on or what he did to actually knock over.
And he was just fucking around and tripped on something.
Yeah, he was just doing
That's what you
something
get.
like kids do.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Kids run
And,
wild, they're gonna knock
I
the fucking
believe
teeth
he
out.
was playing with Judy, the little girl that plays Judy, because actually them were like best friends for like the longest fucking time. So I think they were.
Wonder if he
playing
hit that
around
later.
doing what kids do, and I guess he just tripped and boom, just the front teeth just fell out.
That's such a bummer, man.
Yeah, so it sucked, but I think they had to stop for a little while because he
Yeah,
was
they stopped
actually
production
really
for that. Yeah.
in pain and he couldn't do much. And
Well, yeah, man. If you like, it's one thing if like a whole tooth falls out because the nerve goes with it, so
Yeah.
you don't have as much pain. If you fracture and shatter your teeth, and part of it remains in your gum line, it hurts.
yeah.
That's like some real pain. And then on top of that, then taking out the fragments is rough. It's not an easy process, and you're actually at risk for like high infection.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because your mouth is so full of bacteria.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But Charlie, man, I enjoy Charlie's character very much. And he made it into the other movies too. And I think it deserves for him to be in there too.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
But yeah.
I think
Charlie's
overall, though,
pretty
his
awesome.
performance actually, for a child, was pretty believable.
Mhm. You know what? The Elves, and I forgot to mention this earlier when I wanted to talk about it. The Elves are actually almost in every scene with kids. I don't know if you noticed this or
Yeah.
not, but in the beginning you'll see
They're in there.
the elf with the little girl.
Mhm.
In the Denny's restaurant, there's an elf in there.
Mhm.
There's an elf walking on the other side of the street when Scott and Charlie are walking this way. She actually looks back. There's like an elf almost in every freaking scene in there, like hidden. In Charlie's classroom, there's an elf sitting right behind him. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Fucking keeping tabs on him.
Yeah. So when they were making fun of him and all the kids laugh, the elf was the only one that didn't laugh because he actually believed is what Charlie is saying because he's the elf.
It's like
Yeah.
holding a
So
sharpened
it was
candy cane
actually-
to his back.
It was actually
believe in
pretty
Santa still,
fucking
right?
cool to see that all the elves and shit that were, because I never noticed it too much before. And then I started really paying attention, and then I saw an interview, and I went back to go look at it. I'm like, oh shit, there's like fucking elves everywhere in this fucking movie, So I thought that was actually pretty cool to have all the elves watching over Santa Claus like that.
That's pretty cool.
That is actually awesome.
Pretty cool.
I thought that was
Yeah, that's
legit.
pretty cool.
Neil.
So I mean, Judge Reinhold, yeah, he's a good actor,
He is.
and he plays the Neil part perfectly. You know, the psychiatrist. Very logical, very calm, doesn't get aggressive. You know, it's on point. It's on point.
And he stopped believing in Santa because he didn't get a weenie whistle.
At 3, awfully early to stop believing in Santa Claus.
Right?
I don't think I've ever believed in Santa Claus though.
Why not?
I just didn't. It didn't seem right. Like the whole idea of him coming into the chimney. We lived in an apartment, so I'm like, okay, we don't have a fucking chimney. How the fuck does he get in here?
This movie explains what happens.
Never saw it, so I never believed in Santa Claus.
That's why you need to watch this movie, David. You can see what Santa Claus does. Open your mind.
I mean,
Gimmick, man.
Or you
The
could
red
just
pill?
party it up with
Take the
Krampus.
blue
Yeah, I'm just
pill.
gonna hang out with Krampus, dude. Fuck
Krampus
that.
cares. Krampus cares about you. He doesn't spoil you with gifts.
Hey,
Yep.
I told you guys, Krampus is Santa just on a bad day, okay? But yeah, overall, everybody actually did pretty well as far as their characters go. I mean, again, it was fun to watch. I liked it. It was good.
Okay. All right. So what do you say you move on to our next category then?
Budget.
The budget. All right, Manny, lay it on us.
All right. So I'm going to tell you guys right now how much this movie
Sucked.
probably. We'll see. So the budget for the movie was actually $22 million.
Well, we know that the movie did so well. We know it did well enough because it spawned 2 sequels.
Yeah.
It did spawn 2 sequels.
So
$22 million went into
that's
the
actually
production.
hold on. 22 million?
$22 million.
That's the budget.
That's the budget.
That's actually really low considering how much they used. There was a lot of props. They had to build the
Yeah.
workshop.
Yeah,
They had to build the animatronics for the reindeer.
they did.
They had to build
They had
the
to build
prosthetics for
animatronic
Santa Claus.
for one reindeer.
Oh, they only had one reindeer?
That one reindeer, Comet, was the only one that was actually done by remote control. The other reindeer weren't fully developed yet. They were just like lever or whatever they were.
Oh, like puppets.
Yeah, they were just like
That's fine.
puppet. Because Comet was the main person that you focused on.
But they focus on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reindeer.
He's the
so
only.
he was the main reindeer. That
he's the
they
main
have,
one. So
They have it growl, the eyes move, he turns his head and all that kind
Main
of
deer.
snarls and stuff like that. So
Yeah, he's the
that
main
one was like
deer.
the main like animatronic reindeer. The other ones, they were like just puppet or lever or whatever they were. I mean, maybe they were animatronic, but no.
Okay.
But $22 million for
That's-
the budget of this movie.
plus paying the actors and the
Plus paying the actors
That's
and everything
insane.
else, man. It's fucking crazy.
it makes you really wonder like how come like the budget for movies now is like hundreds of millions of dollars.
I know. It's,
Right? So
it's
I mean,
crazy.
that's fucking
And the-
ludicrous.
The shitty part is you spend all this money on these fucking movies and you're probably not even going to double of what it is because you're making what
Right.
people would pay for it back, you know? You're just
Right?
losing
Imagine
shit.
trying to double a fucking movie like that costs you $250 million to make.
That's fucking intense.
Like a big budget film. Obviously
insane.
it should be successful, but I mean that's hard.
It is.
And especially in today's fucking, society.
All right, but we got to guess. We got to guess. David,
let's guess.
$22 million
Let's guess.
budget movie. What do you think this movie made?
I'm gonna go 100 million.
$100 million.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going
right.
to say more. I want to go 116 million.
116 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're closer, but you're also really off.
That doesn't make any
This
sense.
this movie actually made $189.8 million
Wow.
Holy shit, dude.
in the box office.
God
Well,
damn.
no wonder they're like, make more.
Yeah.
Make us more money.
Yeah, so it was actually
It's like printing our own money.
$189.8 million that this movie made in the box office.
Fuck, man.
So this movie was a huge, like monumental success off of
Yeah, no shit.
off a $22 million fucking.
It almost made 10
budget.
times the amount.
Yeah.
It was such a blowout in the box office. It was crazy. It was
That's
like
fucking crazy.
it was like a big Christmas movie at that time, and I believe it actually came. I think it was released in December.
It came out in late November, I believe.
Was it late November?
Yeah, late November, like mid or late, and then it trickled into December.
Okay, there you go. So it was
at the
just
time,
before the holiday.
I don't know if you remember, but like in the early '90s, a movie would be in theaters for a lot longer than it is now.
It was like 3 months.
It'd be like
that.
almost 3 months a movie would be in theaters, and like now you'd be lucky if a movie survives a month.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of movies they enter and you're like, oh, I need to go see it, and you're like, it's out already.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like if you didn't miss it, if you didn't catch it the
if you
first
didn't
2
catch
weeks,
an
you're like,
opening
fuck.
week, they're like, oh, we didn't make any money on it, we pull it.
Sorry, pull it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Straight to streaming. Straight to streaming.
Yeah, which is a bummer.
I've missed a lot of movies lately because they take it off so fucking soon. It's crazy.
I know. The last movie I saw in theaters, I think, was Mortal Kombat. I think I went with Daniel to go watch Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Oh wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
I think that it's a great point to bring up now is like it's important to support your local
theater. Go see movies.
Yeah,
the
man.
small theaters where they play.
If you've been
older
fully
films.
vaccinated and stuff, go
Yeah.
fucking see movies. If not, go sit in there with your face mask.
Or if you're not vaccinated, just go fucking to the movies, dude. Just support your local movie theaters, man. I mean,
Because they're always playing
Please
a lot
go
of
if you are
older films.
yeah,
vaccinated.
seriously. Especially if it's an AMC.
I mean,
AMC is a big chain, though.
yeah.
I'm saying like local, they're like small, independent, like mom and pop kind of theaters.
Oh,
No,
well,
those-
the 4-star cinema that's next to that.
Yeah, that one's
my house,
that one's
4-star.
actually surprisingly good considering it's a very small independent.
Yeah. Have
Company.
you gone to the 4-star?
I haven't been there
Dude,
I haven't been in a while.
It is so nice now.
I'll have to check it
is
out.
So nice now.
Well,
It's-
I want to do eventually for this is I want to rent a theater, and then like because it's not that expensive,
No.
and we could actually shoot an episode there.
That'd be
That'd
pretty
be
badass.
a fucking smart idea, dude. Because
So
That'd be
stay
fucking
tuned.
dope.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned, folks.
I don't know if we can bring our alcohol in there to make our shit, though.
we have
we
to
could
buy.
sneak it
We'd have
in.
to we'd have to buy alcohol there.
Oh,
buy
yeah.
drinks. They
I mean-
sell alcohol.
yeah, not break the rules.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're not gonna bring.
Well, at that
Alcohol in.
time, we'll probably just order the alcohol there, and we'll have David probably sit in with
And
us.
maybe we'll
just
have
fucking
we'll
critique.
have other people who want to watch.
Yeah, we got a couple of people that.
Yeah,
wanna come
we're
in
gonna have a
here.
whole fucking theater, so we could fill it up with people.
Oh yeah,
so.
that'd be awesome. That'd be
Charge them
Look
$100
forward,
a
look
head?
forward to that sometime
It'd be
next
so
year.
much fun. Fill it up with all our friends. and
I'd
just
say
do
I'd
a
say
show.
I'd say we're gonna aim for spring.
That'd be a good.
They'll give us some time to get it everything all
plan
lined
out
up,
everything
and then
see how much everything would
Yeah.
cost and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
anyways,
look
let's
to us for that.
yeah, let's jump back onto this thing.
So yeah,
Um,
$189.8 million.
It's ridiculous. So
Dope.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah.
Next category.
That was a huge success. So let's jump on to the next category. We don't
There's
even.
nothing else you can
There's nothing
say
else we
about
can
the
say about
movie.
that.
To actually make that much, you gotta see this fucking movie now, and just let us know what the fuck you think.
Yeah,
about it.
give us your opinion.
If it's worth that much to watch, because I think so.
For sure.
I
This
enjoy
is-
this movie. So
This
much.
movie is still kind of holds up. Even there are some parts where you're like, it doesn't sit well. But I mean, it's a
Yeah.
good movie overall. It's a good movie overall. So let's jump into our next category.
Which is the outro.
The outro.
Take us out, Georgie.
All right. So this started the 15-minute mark. I believe that they are just about to bust Santa out. So the ELFS, which is
Oh, I forgot the damn name.
it's the Elf Liberating Flight Squad.
Is it Elf Liberating Flight Squad?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I remember looking up the name, and I had. The
It's funny
name
because
and-
I didn't know it.
And then
he told it to me.
I said it. I was the one that said it because I had
And then I was
looked it up.
that was your big cue for you to be like,
yeah, the Elf Liberating Flight Squad. And I sorry, dude. I just fucking blew it right there. Whatever. Continue.
Man, you just fucked up this whole
dog.
episode.
Alright.
Anyways,
My
yeah.
bad.
okay.
So anyway, the
So the ELFS is just about to bust Santa out. So they get to the police station. They walk in and at this police station, the guy's sitting up behind like a desk and it's really tall. And he sees the door open and closed and he's like, no one's standing there. He's like, so he leans over and he sees the elves and then Charlie. He's like, hey, you're the Calvin boy.
You're the Calvin
Who
boy.
are all these other kids? And they're like, we're elves with attitude.
Like,
Like they're like
we're
straight.
not kids.
They're straight up fucking mean to the cops,
Straight out of North Pole.
right? They're like, we're your worst nightmare. They're fucking mean to him, dude.
They're like, look,
So
here,
they-
piggy.
ELFS, man. They don't fuck around.
They fuck this. They're not even trying to be discreet about it. They go in guns a-blazing, basically. They tie the fucking cop up, right?
Smart.
And it's even kind of gross the way they do it because they're shooting ribbons out of their crotch belt area. They're like, do, 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 right? And it's like ribbons are coming out.
Well, the ribbon is actually coming out of their.
It's from their belt.
Their utility belt.
But the way it looks like they're peeing on him. It's poor.
You don't gotta say that on the fucking
I'm just saying.
You don't gotta say that on the fucking camp. What are you?
I'm just
We're trying to get
saying.
these people to watch this fucking nice movie.
I'm just
Man,
saying.
he wanted
dude,
to
R.
surprise
Kelly
you being
supported
scarred
the
for
scene.
life watching that
my
shit.
God. Jesus Christ. I apologize, everybody. I apologize.
I might have to beep that out, maybe. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
But anyways, they they ribbon him up so he's completely covered in ribbons, and then they cram his mouth closed with a donut, which is another stereotype for cops. And then they go to bust out Scott. So they go and they find him, and they grab like one of the the tinsel, and they cut the fucking railings off
Seriously.
with tinsel. There's
they
like
put it over. We're talking about steel fucking jail bars. They put these little tinsel things and they
right,
through
and I was like,
thing.
what the fuck? And like tinsel, not just for decoration. I'm like, that's badass, dude.
It's
Start
funny
carrying
when they
tinsel
start
with you all the
to,
time.
when they start to
leave, the guy's like, can I
Hey,
get
can I get
some
some
of
of
that
that
tinsel?
tinsel?
That's pretty good.
That's so funny.
And then so they start to head back to Wendy's house, right? The ex-wife's house.
Yeah.
And they get there, and they decide to go in. They have to sneak in because there's police everywhere.
Yeah.
Because Scott's technically a fugitive.
Yes. Santa Claus is a
Santa
fugitive.
Claus is a
everybody.
fugitive. So
Look out.
so they sneak in. Like, oh, Charlie, I haven't seen you. Charlie's been missing for a while. They don't really explain this, but Charlie's been missing actually for months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think when Charlie,
I don't think it's for
I
months,
think it's
man.
for at least for 2 months. I think when they go to the North Pole, it's like November, like mid-November. So he's been missing for at least a month and a half. That's a long fuck. That's why it's such an issue. They don't really specify that, but I know like they tell Scott he needs to get his affairs in order before he goes to the North Pole. Like you have 11 months to get in order, and then he goes to the North Pole.
Oh, that's right.
So it's at least a month.
Yeah.
At least a month.
Fun little fact: when they went to the North Pole, you remember when that elf brought up that freaking the North Pole, whatever,
Yeah.
and he punched in the numbers.
Yeah.
It was actually 1, 2, 3, 9, which actually happens to be Rudolph's birthday, which is December 1939, when they first started writing about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's cool.
Yeah. I saw that because I was interested in why did they put 1, 2, 3, 9. I'm like, that's got to be a significance of something. I looked it up, and that's exactly what it was.
That's
I
cool.
was like, oh, that's pretty bomb.
That's pretty cool. So Wendy's happy to see him. They don't even acknowledge that Scott is there yet.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting there with Charlie, and Scott's like, I don't have a lot of time. And they realize that he is Santa. Like they fucked up. He's like legitimately the Santa Claus.
Neil still has a little bit of doubt when
He does have a little bit of
when
doubt.
he's talking to Scott about it,
Yeah.
and that's when Scott's like, "It's okay, Neil."
It's okay. No, he's like, Santa? He says it like a little child.
And then he just
Santa?
he fucking blows his lid like he's
It's okay.
just freaking.
It's okay, Neil. He's like,
He just fucking like
it's pretty funny.
crazy.
And then
what I mean?
Wendy comes back. She's like, I have a gift for you. She leaves and she comes back. She's all excited. It's really him. And she's like, these are the settlement papers for the custody papers. She's like, this is my gift, my Christmas gift to you. She throws them in the fireplace. I want you to come see Charlie
Anytime
you want.
Whenever.
He's like, you can count on that.
That is fucking
That's pretty awesome.
so amazing right
I
there.
don't know if that was the right choice. I think she still has to get those papers voided. She's like, we're just gonna burn them. I think technically you're supposed to take them in and get them voided.
I don't know. It's the 80s, so
It's the 80s.
we
So,
don't know how things
I don't
worked
know.
out there.
I don't know, but I mean, I guess right. That
Contract void.
technically
Yeah.
makes them
Wait, who's
void.
got tape? Who's got tape? We gotta tape this back up.
Wait, was it notarized? Shit.
And anyway, at this point, this is when Bernard shows up.
Yeah, that's right, Bernard.
Bernard shows up, and he's like, he's always eating, right? So he walks in, he's eating like a little crepe.
It's not a crepe, it's a panini.
Is it? It doesn't look like a panini.
It was a panini.
Was it a panini?
It was a panini.
There's a lot of lettuce in that panini.
It looked like.
Did you see it?
Me. I saw it.
I thought it was like a crepe or like a pita thing. You know, like the pita bread, like you can hollow out the middle and put shit in it.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
I think that's what it was.
Maybe like it was like a sandwich of some type.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was fucking eating.
But he was
something.
eating it,
It was a hoagie.
and he.
It was
definitely was not a hoagie. How dare you?
But he's always eating. Every time he visits the house, he's always like
he's
at the table eating the turkey dinner.
He's all, boy, this bird is
He's
dry. Have you guys ever heard of basting? But he walks past Neil, and he notices Neil's fucking ugly ass sweater.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, a nice sweater. Did we make this?" And he like leans over and pulls him back.
He's looking at the
and
tag.
he's looking at the tag.
He's trying to see
And
whatever
then Neil's like, he's like, "Wendy, they're sucking. He's sucking us into his delusions. Look at the elaborate measures he's taking." And then
That's so
he pulls Bernard's like sandwich away from him, and then he looks away to Wendy or Laura.
Wendy.
I feel like it's Laura. Anyways, he looks to the wife or the ex-wife, and she's like, "Neil, I'll explain it to you later." And then Bernard disappears. And then when Neil looks back, he's gone. He's like, he vanished, and he like runs down the hall.
Runs to see if he went down.
Runs down the hall to see if he found him or is there. And
that was a pretty cool digital effect.
it was pretty good because it was like very sparkly.
Yeah, very sparkly.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then at that point, he's like, "I gotta go, sport." He's like, "A lot of kids are counting on me," and Charlie's like, "Oh, I don't want you to go." Like, this part's a little funny because it's like he's just gonna go deliver gifts, and he'll see you later, kid. You know?
Yeah.
He's like, so he's telling him, he's like, "Kids are counting on me. I gotta go." He's like, "I don't want you to leave." I'm like, stop being so fucking selfish and let Santa go give the gifts.
Dad, I don't want those other kids to have gifts. Just give me all the fucking gifts.
That's basically what it is. It's like my dad's Santa. I want to be with Santa all the fucking time.
He tells him, you know, you gotta be strong for me. You know, I got a lot of kids are counting on me. He's like, "All right." So he leaves, and as he's leaving, Laura and them go outside, and the cops are out there, and they're like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about Scott. We don't need the police." Like, and then the cops go inside, right? They rush the fucking door, and she's like, "Oh my! If you're looking for my ex-husband, he's already up the chimney." And then like that's when
he's already up the chimney,
and that's when fucking the sleigh pops up into view over the house.
Yeah,
right?
That's actually a pretty cool scene.
It's a pretty good scene. It pops up overview over the house, and then it flies around, and it makes like a big old, like a U-turn, and they do like a slow showcasing of it across like the house, which is really cool. Below. Like, hey, this is like some real shit. They're showing to everybody that Santa's real.
Did he draw like a dick in the sky? He made a big U-turn. He's like, fuck
you, Stan.
Yeah. Basically.
But he makes that U, and he says, "Look out below." He drops a soccer ball to Charlie, and then
he drops a board game to
mystery
date
to
the ex-wife, because that was the gift that she didn't receive
when she was a child.
Yeah, so she stopped believing in Santa. And then he drops a little, it's like a little ball, like right? A little golden ball casing to Neil. He opens it. Inside is his weenie whistle. So like
fucking awesome
they're like, yeah. So like their like faith in Santa Claus has been restored.
Exactly.
You know. So that was actually a really cool little scene there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night," and he flies the fuck off.
Takes off.
And there are elves in that scene. They show all of them with the big ass ears and shit.
There.
Yeah, they're all there.
And then he flies off, and then the camera actually starts to
pans out,
and it's actually the globe.
It pans out into the globe, which is that's actually a really good shot too.
And Charlie's shaking the globe, and the reason why Charlie's shaking the globe is because Bernard told him, "Hey, you still have the globe, right? So anytime you want to see your dad, just shake the globe, and your dad will come around." So Charlie's outside shaking the globe. He's saying, "I think this is broken, or it's not working, or whatever."
Globe's busted.
And he keeps on shaking it. And then Wendy says, you know what, time to come in because it's getting really cold. And at that time, Santa
He floats down
with
his fucking
bag.
with his sack.
And he goes, what? I've been gone for like 10
minutes?
I was going over
Cleveland. He's going over to Cleveland.
He goes, Dad. And he goes, come here. So he bends down, hugs Charlie, and then he looks at Charlie and he goes, do you want to go for a quick ride?
Yeah.
And Charlie goes, yeah. And Wendy's about to say something.
He's like,
he goes, well,
as long as it's okay with your mom. Yeah.
And that's when Wendy goes, sure, go ahead, have fun. And
so he flies up.
He goes, hold on, and then he shakes the bag. I like how he learns how to use the bag now. So he shakes the bag, and the bag goes up, takes him to his sleigh. And as they're in their sleigh, Wendy's like, just not over any ocean, Scott. And then
and he doesn't respond. He doesn't respond.
And
she's
goes,
just like, Scott. Scott.
Santa. And they fucking just take off, and
then they fly off into the
moon.
The moon, I guess. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is a really good,
it was really nice
fucking outro. So I really like that.
Really nice. Super good. I liked it. It was fucking dope. It's just a very heartwarming.
It's a very heartwarming film. You know, it's fun. It's a fun holiday Christmas film.
You get the family together and watch this movie, and it just fills you with so much happiness. It's a really good film to watch. I like this movie. I really do.
Yeah, I enjoy this movie too. So I think it's time to jump into our last category of the night, the rating.
All right, this is on you.
Oh man,
this is on you. I did the last one. This is on you.
So I grew up watching this film, obviously, and I've seen it a lot as a child, and then not so much growing up, and then watching it again recently. I was like, okay, now I have a different value for film. I'm gonna give this movie 4 Randy Quaids.
I was also thinking for myself.
Yeah, I think this is a solid 4 movie. It's definitely not top tier.
Yeah, it's a solid 4 movie.
But it's a solid 4 movie.
Again, it's an 80s movie. There's some things that
90s. 94.
It's a 94. Oh, that's right. 94 movie. There's just some things in the movie that you're probably not going to like some of the reindeer animation.
Well, it's not just that. It's just it technically didn't age well with some of the stuff.
It's definitely dated for sure.
It's definitely, but that doesn't make it a horrible movie.
No.
So
no.
Yeah.
But a great Christmas movie to watch for the holidays. Yeah, I give it a 4 also.
Yeah, I think a solid 4 Randy Quaids for this.
Yeah.
So, go out, go fucking find it. I don't believe it's streaming. I believe it's streaming on Disney Plus. I'm almost positive it's streaming on Disney Plus.
Possibly. I mean, it is a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie. I'm almost positive it's on there.
You can probably catch it on Disney Plus.
I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so my bad.
He has fucking kids doesn't have Disney Plus. This guy.
What, dude?
Fucking piece of shit.
They don't need Disney.
They need Disney. Everybody needs Disney. Everybody needs Disney.
Dude, they're growing up on Nightmare on Elm Street. I think they'll be okay.
Jesus Christ.
Let's play
His
Cat.
kids are 7 and 18 months, by the way. Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
good.
It's good. The first one had Johnny Depp in it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, give this movie a watch. Let us know what you think about it. What do you say we wrap this baby up?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. If you guys really liked our content, please like, comment, subscribe. Help put a comment in. Really helps the algorithm. If you want to contact us, you can email us at nyec.gse@gmail.com, and you could leave anything you want there. You can comment on our shitty critiquing. You can suggest a movie. Anything you want to put there, go for it.
And like he said, if you guys got a movie that you want us to critique, take a little bit of a look at and see what we think on it, our opinions, go ahead and just leave us a comment and link us to whatever it is, that movie that you want us to do. And in the future, we'll take a look at it, give it a shot, and put it on this show.
We'll get to it eventually. We only have a couple more episodes we are, I guess, required to do. My requirement for the month of December. And then after that, Free reign.
Free reign.
Free reign. Anything else?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, people. So keep watching movies. Go support your local theater, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
We're out.
Good night.
Fuck Manny.